Welcome to Behind the Bar with Steve. Now this is episode 41, and we're continuing some things that's carrying over from the last episode. So from the last episode, episode 40, check that one out. We were talking about some zero beers. There's 5 zero beers I need to go through. I want to eliminate 4 of them, take one of them, and we got a bracket challenge coming up. 8 more zero beers for a total of 16. I wanted it tournament style. We've already done 8. The winner of the first 8 was Corona Zero. And Corona Zero is waiting on a number 1 contender. We'll have this other bracket of 8, but I'm doing some play-ins. You got to get into the 8 because there's all these other beers. There's too many beers. Some of them need to be eliminated before they even get into the 8, which is kind of isn't truly fair to these beers, but they're just beers. Who cares? We need to just get rid of a few of them. But I want them to compete. I want them to have the chance and to earn my affection for those beers. So today on episode 41, what we're doing is we're looking at these 2 beers from Best Day Brewing. We're going to bring them in, and we're going to see how they are. And then they need to compete against the Athletic Brewing. Athletica is the beer. Athletica, it's a Mexican-style copper. It won the best of the 3 Athletic Brewing beers that I had, that I was able to access. Not including IPAs or anything like that. Just non-IPAs. But there were 3 from Athletica, a triple threat match. And now today there's 2 I found from Best Day Brewing. They need to eliminate each other. The one faces the Mexican-style copper from Athletic. And we'll see which one that beer will get into the final bracket of 8. So let's do it. All right, so our next brewery, craft brewery, comes out of us from California. From Sausalito, California. And this is called Best Day Brewing. And they're another of these guys setting out to make a good zero beer called Best Day Brewing. And their slogan, Best Day Yet. And this is what they have to say for themselves. They're brewed for doers, surfers, climbers, early risers, free divers, chefs, gardeners, dancers, oyster farmers, dreamers, painters, builders, mothers, fathers, runners, hikers, walkers, makers, ranchers, nurses, wood workers, teachers, skiers, bikers, doctors, hot air ballooners, entrepreneurs, clowns, bakers, tree huggers, people huggers, photographers, pitmasters, neighbors, snowshoers, fishermen, fisherwomen, foragers, fans, musicians, poets, and lifeguards. Pretty much all kinds of people. Yeah, that was their bottom line. It's for all kinds of people to have their best day yet. These are the 2 offerings I found from this company. Now, they don't are anything really similar. They're just the 2 offerings that I found. And they need to battle it out with their own, between themselves. So then they're going to take on the Athletic. So they got a Kolsch style, and a Kolsch style beer is a German beer. Must be from Cologne, Germany. It's one of those geographically restricted things. Like, you gotta be from here to be this. Well, you could say you're a Kolsch style. A lot of craft breweries want to be Kolsch styled for some beers that they make. That's what Best Day's trying to do. And then they have, this one is intriguing, Electro Lime. It's a sea salt and lime beer. So this is going to probably be a real limey beer. In my mind, it could come out being putrid, or it could come out tasting great, but it'd be flavored. It's probably not going to be putrid. It's probably going to be good. It's probably going to be hard to beat because it's going to have flavor. Lime flavor. A lot of beers do the flavors. For limey beers, obviously got Bud Light Lime. Probably a lot of different breweries are doing these lime. Seems like I've been doing a little bit of research. sea salt and lime beers are going to become a thing, like a Mexican thing. Like for Mexican beers, they're trying to be like tequila, I guess. Salt and lime. Now doing it for beers, and because like Corona is always good with a lime in it. Love that stuff. With lime flavor, and you got like your lemon flavors, like like the Line and Kugel Summer Shandy and the Sam Adams Port Drunker, all these citrusy flavored beers, but they're flavored. They aren't notes. They are adding flavor. So there's probably gonna be really two different beers, but we're gonna have to determine which one's better. Let's drink it. Let's try it. Here's the lime. Electro lime. Circa de Cerveza. They're trying to definitely be a Mexican beer. Lime and salt and let's say very subtle on the flavors. Bud Light Lime, not subtle. Port Truckers, not subtle. Summer Shandy, not subtle. They are citrusy and they are flavorful of the flavors that they intend. This one, definitely going for a more subtle approach. It honestly tastes like a Corona with a bit of lime in it. Which, if you know me, I like that shit. I like that. I mean, Corona Zero won the first bracket. Pop a lime in it. Beat everybody. I mean, I like that stuff. But I have a place for where I do like other things. I have to like other things. I like all these different beers. I like a good, well-crafted beer. They have a good... I like to get down with those other beers. There's different beers that are just totally different, and they can be good in their own ways. But we're just trying to find out I haven't had all these different zero beers. I'm new to the zero beer world. So I'm trying all these different things and just trying to determine which one I really like the best. That's all it is. And then people can have an understanding, if you want to drink zero beers, how many different zero beers there are and how I think they would stack up against each other. That's all it is. This is a good beer. The lime and the salt and all that is very subtle. So it's really just a good Mexican style beer. And a bit limey. Not overly. It's not overly limey. And they don't have anything to say about it on their can. So there's that. It's a good beer. Real drinkable. Real nice and a little limey, but not too much. It's not an overwhelming amount of lime. It's not like a Bud Light lime. Here's the Kolsch. Now I'm starting to think German. I'm starting to think European. Gotta go to another place here, because these are totally different things. And I have to be honest. I have to be honest about what I like better. Here comes the Kolsch. Wow. Doesn't taste like anything. Whoa. Tastes like a Budweiser. Tastes like an American lager. Maybe that's something that adapted from Germany. Beer did come over here. A lot of German makers, but adapted to America. A lot of them are for Germany though. But these guys are probably just I don't know. I don't know much about them, so I don't know what their process is. That's a real light tasting beer. That's almost PBR Budweiser-ish. we'd have to do a bit of research about let's do some quick research for a second. Hold on. All right, so after doing some research about the beers, so Kolsch style is a style of beer from Kolsch, from Cologne, Germany, and although American lagers do try to adapt, a lot of the beer making came over here from Germany. A lot of the American beers have evolved into what they are now, these mass-produced global conglomerate beers, the Budweisers and the Millers and all this stuff. But they are adapted from obviously from Germany because they came over here. Germany came over here and brought the beers and started to do the beers here, as the story of Budweiser would tell us on some of these beers. But the Kolsch is supposed to taste that way. This style is supposed to taste a certain way based on just Kolsch, beers from Germany. It was something they were going for. This is how they were supposed to taste. But what I'm telling you, it's a light body. It's a very light-bodied beer. From some research, I was just trying to see if any of it correlates to maybe why this beer would taste kind of like an American brew. It's my type of beer. I really like it. Like, I love a good Yingling and all this, and a lot of these good American lagers and stuff like that. I do. There's some beers that are just really overrated. They're just too mass-produced, and they're really not that great of beers, like Budweiser and stuff. They're just okay. They're good to grab a case of and drink them, because you want to have a lot of beer and stuff, but are they actually the better beers? Like, no, of course not. There's way better beers. There's better crafted beers. These guys got it going on these best days, but these are not full-bodied, crafty beers. Some of these Athletics were. But this one, no. They are light flavored. They are for more casual beer drinkers, I think. Which I do. I can be that way sometimes. I would prefer some of these over a harsh craft IPA or something like that. But I also have a place in my heart for those as other beers as well. I love all kinds of different beers. I gotta be honest. I love all kinds of different beers, but I'm trying to find the best one, especially with what are they coming out with in the zero beer category. We have come a long way since O'Doul's, honestly, and this is what our experiment is basically all about. How far have we come from since O'Doul's? Since that was the end all be all. And we've come a long way. But this is a tough one. I expected this to be such a difference. Something I expected to be more harsh and bitter and maybe something more like a Hofbrau or something like that, but that's obviously just a different. Germany is so crazy with the beer. There's so many different ones. The Kolsch is its own style, and there's a lot of different kinds of Kolsches. A lot of different beer makers that make the Kolsch. They're all from Cologne, Germany. They are different than some other beers from Germany, which is expected. Germany is a mecca for beer, and there's a lot of different types. So you can't be like, well, all these different German beers are going to be very similar. Well, no, they're not. No, they're not. They can be very different. This one's what they're going for, I guess. I have nothing to really compare it to. And a lot of these Kolsch beers, they look like something you need to go there. You need to go there to have these. I don't know if I see these around the beer stores that much. I might, but I haven't really sought them out. I'm learning as I go here with some of these. It's just a good solid beer. It is a little It has a little bit of a bitterness to it. It's not as clean or watered, or even like it's a not very flavorful but kind of watery beer, like a light beer, like a Bud Light or something like that. It's got a little bit more body in that, and a little more bitterness too. Like fermented fruit, like some fermented fruit type of notes, but not gross. Not gross. It's a good beer. I like this. I also like this one. Direct comparison. Here we go. Yeah, this was just clearly better. We had to figure out which one was better. This one was interesting. I had to really think about this one. I was expecting something. I don't know what I was going to expect, because I don't really know what a Kolsch was. I assumed it was something German. It was, but this one's good and subtle. It's not an overwhelming flavor of lime. It's a subtle hint of lime. So, ding, ding, ding. Winner is the electric lime. Good beer. Bit better than the Kolsch. The Kolsch wasn't bad, though. Bringing back in Athletica. The Mexican-style copper. Versus the Best Day Brewing Electro Lime. This is the win this, you get into the bracket of 8. You'll be in the bracket of 8. And this is Athletica versus Best Day. Athletic Brewing versus Best Day. I wish they could both be in and see how they stack up and stuff, but they can't. I only have room for one of these beers to get into that last 8. It's a tough decision, because I want to be able to appreciate this one. I like Athletic for making this. This is a good beer. Even that other one was good too. The Golden was good too. And the Light was good too. They were all good. They were all really good beers. And everything was mostly good. I would say that the Kolsch is down at the bottom. These two are towards the top, obviously, because these are here. I gotta do it. Because of that subtle taste of lime, and it wasn't overwhelming, like it wasn't, it's just so limey, like a Bud Light lime, oh man. No, it's subtle. It's like dropping the lime in the Corona. And not even a big one, very big slice, just a bit. So although I like what Athletic Brewing is doing, and I appreciate their beers, and I think they're doing a great job, and their beers are great, I just like this one a lot. It's the Best Day Brewing Electric Lime, and it wins. It wins. That's it. I appreciate these other beers, and especially the Athletic Brewing ones. But this one is just better, and it wasn't too limey. If it was too limey, I'd be like, no, that you're not getting away that easily by just being too limey and just packed with that good, refreshing, citrusy flavor, like in a Bud Light lime or something like that. No. Give me more craft. Give me more effort. And they did that. It was just a subtle little taste of the lime, but the beer itself is really good. And overall, it's just a good one. It's just the way it turned out. So, Electro Lime from Best Day Brewing is getting into the final bracket of 8. It's going to be a hell of a wild card in there, because it's going to be a very different beer than the beers in that final 8. Got some good ones coming for that one. PBR, Blue Moon, Guinness Zero. Athletic Brewing is getting in there, but for having a totally different beer. They have an Irish-style stout. Athletic Brewing made an Irish-style stout. You even shake it up a little bit and pour it. It's going up against the Guinness Zero. Guinness Zero needed something comparable to face off against it. And this was it. So Athletic Brewing is getting in with just a totally different beer. And then this gets in, and we got some German beers to do. We got the Bitburger and the Backs. We got some Sierra Nevada Trail Pass. Is Sierra Nevada Zero beer? They have like 4 different ones. The Trail Pass is the non-IPA one. We'll see how that one is. The final is going to be good. It's going to be good. It's coming soon. The collection is amassed, and we're almost there. So we'll get it going. So introducing best to get into that competition, and that's going to end today's episode 41. Have a good one.